Hey, this is Dusty. Welcome to Moto Trek. I'm going to give you some advice and share some of my opinions. When you're riding off-road, you need to plan your parking spots a lot different than when you're riding on pavement. The ground is not necessarily flat. This is poor planning on my part. That bike has leaned so far, I'm surprised it hasn't fallen yet. You don't need to plan your parking spot the day before. You don't need to plan it an hour before. You need to plan it the 5 seconds as you're rolling in. So when you're going to park, scan the terrain so that when you put your side stand down, the bike's not leaning like this. Make sure the ground under your side stand is firm enough to hold the bike. You also need to plan your exit. I've never seen an adventure motorcycle with reverse gear. You either need to be able to ride forward or roll backwards downhill.
Stupid.
Make sure the motorcycle is in gear when you park it. Any influence on the motorcycle, if you're parked in neutral, could cause it to fall off the side stand. So as riders, we often don't have realistic expectations of what a tire is supposed to do. It's obvious that a street tire is not going to get you out of 12 inches of sand or help you get traction in 12 inches of sand. Inversely, a knobby like this isn't going to help you be Marc Marquez on the pavement. Reset your expectations when it comes to tires. So I run knobbies all the time. For the last 7 years, year-round, I've been running these tractionators. The reason why I run the tractionators is because for me, it's the best combination of longevity and traction for all the situations I can see riding throughout the entire year. Tire pressure definitely makes a difference. If you're riding a big, heavy adventure bike like this, loaded on the pavement, you're probably going to run to the maximum pressure allowed by the tires, maybe the low 40s. Same motorcycle, same tires. If you go off-road in the dirt and gravel and drop the pressure into the low 30s, you're going to feel a noticeable difference in traction. Most riders aren't going to be able to tell the difference between 2 to 4 pounds of pressure. Sometimes even I can't tell the difference. So when I'm out riding and I'm transitioning from the pavement to the dirt every day and laying down 200 or 300 miles a day, I don't adjust the pressure. Keep it where it is. You're not going to wear your knobbies out on the pavement running them in the low 30s. Now, if I go to take off and run home 800 to 1,000 miles on the pavement, definitely I'm going to raise my pressure back up. When you're riding off-road, you don't have to stand up all the time, but when you do, make sure you have the correct body position. When you're standing and riding off-road, be in a neutral body position. What that means is your weight's not really influencing the motorcycle front to back or side to side. So here's a really good body position. Sit down. Most big, heavy, loaded adventure bike off-road riding doesn't require you to stand. But when things get technical, definitely need to stand up. So we've made a lot of body position videos. Those links are in the description. Of the 5 major controls on a motorcycle, to me, the clutch is the most important. This is not an on and off switch. We need to learn the gray area of the clutch. We need to slip it. We need to feather it. We need to play around the friction zone, understanding what giving momentum feels like just on the other side of the friction zone and what taking away momentum feels like just on the other side of the friction zone. So a good clutch control exercise is find an incline. It doesn't have to be dirt, it can be pavement. Start the motorcycle up and roll back and forth using only the clutch. Don't use any throttle. So this is a really easy drill to practice. And the more you do it, the more proficient you're going to be. This will help you in those off-road technical riding situations. If you're afraid of slipping your clutch, don't be. You're not going to burn it out when you're doing it at low RPMs. You're going to burn your clutch if you're slipping it at high RPMs. So, I see riders that pack way too much luggage on their motorcycle. Heck, I did when I first started. You know, the thing we all overpack as riders are food and clothes. Think about it. Every day that you go in to get gas from somewhere, you can get food. You don't need to carry a week's worth of food with you on a multi-day camping trip. If you're traveling with a buddy or a larger group, everyone doesn't need to be carrying camping stoves and tubes and tools. Don't be redundant. Share some of that stuff. It'll save you space and weight. So we all overpack clothes, socks, underwear, t-shirts. You only need 2 of each. Wash one and wear one. The best is merino wool. That stuff will last a week. So the number one tool I take with me on all my rides is the inReach. I bought my inReach years ago and I love using it. Mostly I use it for non-emergent communication. However, the nice thing is I can hit the button and emergency services will come get me. And for a small annual fee, I think I don't have to pay for the $50,000 helicopter ride. So I wear the inReach on a pack that's on my body, so that if I get ejected from the motorcycle and for some reason can't get back to it to grab it out of my tank bag, it's right here and I can hit the button. One of the things none of us do enough when we're riding is drink water. I like water accessible, so I wear it on me so I remember to drink it. There's tank bags with drinking straws, there's tail bags with drinking straws. What I don't like to do is stop, pull it out of a pannier, and drink it out of a water bottle. I want it accessible, I want it all the time. The biggest thing is we have to remind ourselves to drink it. Don't forget to take water, don't forget to drink the water you take. So a common theme that I read on social media is the BDRs are too tough to ride, or I don't have enough training or experience to ride a BDR. Riding a BDR isn't as difficult as some riders think it is. I've ridden 7 BDRs, and some of those I've ridden dozens of times. So the BDRs are designed with heavy adventure motorcycles in mind. They're really not that difficult for the most part. Yes, there are expert sections. Yes, there are deep sand sections, but those are known. Download the tracks, read the map. They tell you where those things are. Also, pay attention to the weather and the time of year. That's definitely going to affect the traction environment. The other thing is, when you get to one of those hard sections, if you want to try it out, go for it. If you don't make it, turn around. There's always a ride around. The whole point here is get your motorcycle, get your inReach, get your water, get your food. You don't even have to pack camping gear. Just grab your credit card and go. If something doesn't work out that day, turn around. If you don't complete the BDR from the beginning to the end, who cares? You can still put the sticker on your helmet. Just go out and ride it. Now that's some high quality H2O. Water boy.